of 2023 would have to be AI. Conversational startup Rezo.ai has been powered by consumer experience and cloud, and it provides cutting-edge solutions to a lot of companies, the likes of Maruti, Tata, AIG, Airtel, to name a few. Joining in is one of the founders, Manish Gupta, co-founder and CEO at Rezo. Thank you so much for taking time out. So Manish, let's just discuss how exactly it began. You co-founded this company along with Rashi Gupta, and what was really the vision when you began? Because when it started, perhaps AI was not essentially a buzzword at the time.
Hey, thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, you're absolutely right. AI was not a buzzword, but AI, machine learning, as we call it today in different aspects, has been there for multiple decades. So incidentally, we were, both me and Rashi, in our respective jobs and responsibilities in the previous avatars, the previous jobs, we were working on automation and looking at how do we solve the business problem, especially in the unstructured space. That essentially was leveraging the machine learning, which we are now calling as AI in the new avatar. So it all started almost 5 years back, where we realized that the enterprises are typically struggling with the unstructured data, whether it's voice, whether it's documents, text, video, streaming, anything of that sort, which is not easily comprehensible by the systems and not letting the businesses grow through a completed workflow is where the opportunity lies. And that's where we started Rezo 5 years back.
So just run us through how exactly it works. I mean, how do you come in? Because there is already a chat GPT, for instance. So, Maruti would onboard you. How exactly would you help them facilitate their business, increase efficiency, or generate higher revenue?
Sure. So typically enterprises like Maruti, Tata, AIG, and the likes, they would want to reach out to their end customers to kind of complete the service workflows, as well as also look at what are the service experiences that the end customer would have. Now, the problem is typically this reach out is not so straightforward. End customers would want to pick up the call at their own time, at their own comfort. So for example, people in the West India would typically not pick up the calls during the first half of the day because they are either busy in their jobs or they are actually in the stock market. They're kind of trading in that market. So Rezo as a platform not only does the end customer interactions, but also has a persona built into the system, finding out as to what is the ideal time to reach out to each and every customer across India. So leveraging the strong power of data, strong power of customer persona, we do reach outs for these enterprises on their behalf, completing the entire loop at a much better cost and much larger reach outs as compared to the status quo.
All right. So you said you started the company about 4 to 5 years ago. Are you making profits at the current levels? And what are your financials looking like, for example, for the last year?
We are a profitable startup. We are practically growing almost 3 to 4 times year on year, and we've been able to do that over the last 3 years. And we really anticipate this growth going forward as well.
Okay, so just walk us through some of your current customer base that you have.
Today we work with Maruti Suzuki, with Tata AIG, with Dr. Lal PathLab. We've recently onboarded Airtel, Delivery, Usha, so IndiaMart. So these are some of the customers, some paying enterprises that we have, and also a very strong pilots that are going on, almost a dozen pilots that are underway.
Okay. You've entered the international markets as well. Just walk us through the AI-powered CX cloud solution platform.
So currently we are completely in India. We have started our reach outs. So US is the next destination for us. And the reach outs have started there. It's a little early, but looks very promising.
What kind of revenue growth are you projecting then over the next few years?
The market for the conversational AI space overall is huge. And what I can say is right now we've just scratched the tip. We anticipate, as I said, we've been growing 3 to 4 times year on year, and we anticipate the same growth going forward. So fingers crossed, we should cross the 100 million mark in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, do you have any investors that are currently on board? Have you raised any funds? Are you completely bootstrapped, or what's the outlook?
We raised a seed round 2.5 years back. It was through HNI's Angels. But other than that, it's practically a bootstrapped company. We are in the market to raise our Series A round. Some conversations are underway. So hope to see some other side of the story in the next quarter or so.
So walk us through then any sort of a timeline that you have in mind, and what would you utilize the funds towards as and when the fundraise does take place?
So the funds would be utilized towards sales and marketing, especially focused towards opening up new geographies. And some portion will also be utilized towards the research and development of the products.
All right, so as of now, what is the company's calling load that you currently have in the day, and how do you look to grow that?
Current calling load that we have is around 20 lakh calls a day. And basis the roadmap of the sales, the pilots underway, we are anticipating this volume to go to 2.5 times, which is almost 50 lakh calls a day in the next 3 to 4 months.
Okay. And given that you're at the forefront of technology and disruption in new age tech space as well, what do you believe is going to be the next big breakthrough that we'll see in the technology space?
I think overall in the technology space, I think AI, as you rightly said in the beginning, is the beginning of the hype cycle. ChatGPT is just getting started. Enterprises, startups are all working towards creating different use cases. How do we leverage that technology? So AI would be the core for the next 1 decade.
Good to have you on board. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining us, Manish.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a good day.